Israel does not like poets, which makes sense because when committing a genocide, it is important for those in power to erase any cultural memory of the people they seek to destroy. That's why they destroy universities. That's why they murder university presidents, libraries. Israel is famous for blowing up libraries. And, of course, if you Google Palestinian poet, you will see detainments, torture. You will see Rafat al-Arir, who was just assassinated. He is a poet and an activist and a professor. And so he was a triple threat to Israel. One of the reasons it's believed that he was killed is because he told a very poorly written joke that I'm not going to repeat, simply because, not because it's offensive or anything like that, but because it's just really badly written. Anyways, not all of us can do both, you know? I'm sorry, not all, I mean, I can, but anyways, that's the point. The point is that it was amplified by Bari Weiss, who is the person, used to be at the New York Times, and basically the only thing she did of note was she's the one that sort of gave us the IDW. She mainstreamed the intellectual dork web and gave them their 15 minutes of fame. This is her on Bill Maher probably about 5 years ago, whining with Bill, commiserating with Bill about cancel culture. And of course, to Bari Weiss, cancel culture is only cancel culture when it happens to the right.
Agrees with me, so
Okay, I'll pick up the slack.
I know we're both sort of fighting the outrage machine, you know, the professional outrage people. And let's just first get out your because I saw you got into some hot water for nothing.
I've gotten in a bunch of hot water recently.
Okay, but the immigration, it's gotten to the point where, like, I don't even know what the fuck they're mad at anymore. I used to at least go, okay, I get it, I understand, it's ridiculous, but I get. Now I don't even understand what they're mad at. The tweet was what? You were watching the Olympics?
Mirai Nagasu, a person born in California, her parents are Japanese immigrants, landed a historic triple axel at the Olympics.
Right, yes.
I tweeted out a video along with a lyric from Hamilton that said, immigrants, they get the job done. Now, the actual lyric is, I got the lyric wrong.
How dare you?
And I was jumped upon. Now, here's the
You were not jumped upon, Bari Weiss, because you got the lyric wrong. No one cares about Hamilton. You got jumped on, you got laughed at because you thought she was an immigrant. You were wrong. Somebody pointed out she was born in California, and then you doubled down rather than admit that you got it wrong. And that's why everybody made fun of you. And Bill could have pointed this out, but Bill, unfortunately, he's a little slow these days. He's more concerned with what he believes is the biggest threat to the world today, which is kids these days. Bill's a little slow on the take.
lyric is I got the lyric wrong.
How dare you?
And I was jumped upon. Now, here's the thing.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
I despise xenophobia. Anyone who reads my work knows that I love immigrants.
Yeah, she loves immigrants. What she despises is trans kids. No, I'm kidding. She despises immigrants much more. In fact, she built her entire career on getting immigrants fired from teaching positions if they didn't denounce their country of origin, their own nationality. She tried to do it to 3 different professors. It's how she made her bones. It's how she got into the news industry. You notice somebody like Bari Weiss never complained when people like Milo Hippopotamus would speak on college campuses. In fact, she went out of her way to defend people like that. Because, and this is the truth, real anti-Semitism is not a threat to the establishment. Anti-imperialism is a threat to the establishment.
The idea that I would in any way contribute to a culture of hostility towards minorities and immigrants is horrible to me, and I feel awful that anyone heard it that way.
What is your estimation of why there is this fringe on the left that attacks people like you and me who they must know are not racist?
It could be the N-words that you drop willy-nilly. It could be your defense of chattel slavery, which is insane. You know, I'm a poet that tells jokes, and I'm very, very offended by the fact that there was more controversy about Will Smith slapping Chris Rock over a bad joke than there was about the IDW. Well, in a way, the IDW, or Bari Weiss and Israel murdering a poet over a joke. And I know poetry is a dying art, but I had no idea that it involved targeted missile strikes. All right.
Well, is it just lazy that it's just too hard to attack the real villains?
I think that
So you fight battles way behind enemy lines?
I think, A, it's the narcissism of small differences. Anyone that departs from woke orthodoxy gets a lot more heat, in my opinion, than people on the actual right. I also think that offense-taking is being weaponized. It is a route now to political power. Saying that I am offended is a way of making someone radioactive. It's a way of smearing their reputation, of making them a liability.
Or a target of missile strikes. Look who's talking, and look who's talking too.
Because once you tar someone as a racist or a misogynist or a fascist or whatever the word of...
Or an anti-Semite, or a terrorist, then you can amplify, you can essentially... I mean, this is what happened. The guy told a joke, she amplified the tweets, people in the IDF and the Israel government follow her. They're huge fans of her. And so they're probably sitting in a little room going, hey, there's the house of that guy that Bari Weiss was complaining about. Let's get him. And then they hit a button. Missile goes off, and this guy and his entire family are killed. You know, I heard one of the people who were defending Bari Weiss and defending this murder said about Rafat Al-Arir, you mess with the bull, you get the horns. Israel is not the bull. Israeli, Gail Godot and Dr. Ruth were in the IDF and the Israeli military. If your military consists of like supermodels and little people, I'm sorry, you're not the bull. Israel is nothing without the United States. Israel does what the United States allows it to. They are, in their hearts, weak and scared. People don't behave this way if they're confident in their abilities. They don't erase an entire culture from the planet if they're comfortable in their own skin, if they're confident in their positions and in their beliefs. This is what weak people do, what bullies do, what domestic violence perpetrators do. Hey, listen. Let's not be all negative, though. I mean, the guy did do some work. I am not going to read the same poem that everyone else is reading. I am not going to read the one that Brian Cox read. I found my own poem that I like. Let's see. All right. Here, I got a treat for you. I got to do this. I got to finish this up before... and then I got to go do some medical tourism. see. Oh, look at that. Look at that. Look at that. You see the pink house? That's where Ken lives. See that big building? That's where Barbie lives. That's the ocean. See the mountain? That's where Thor lives. All right. This is called I Am You, and it's by Rafit Alarir. 2 steps. 1, 2. Look in the mirror. The horror, the horror. The butt of your M16 on my cheekbone. The yellow patch it left. The bullet-shaped scar expanding like a swastika across my face. The heartache flowing out of my eyes, dripping out of my nostrils, piercing my ears, flooding the place like it did to you 70 years ago or so. Shut up, dog. I am just you. I am your past haunting your present and your future. I strive like you did. I fight like you did. I resist like you resisted. And for a moment, I take your tenacity as a model. Were you not holding the barrel of a gun between my bleeding eyes? 1, 2, the very same gun, the very same bullet that had killed your mom and killed your dad is being used against me by you. Mark this bullet, and marking your gun, if you sniff it, it has your blood. It has your and my blood. It has my present and your past. It has my present. It has your future. That's why we are twins. Same life track, same weapons, same suffering, same facial expressions drawn on the face of the killer. Same everything except that in your case, the victim has evolved backward into a victimizer. I tell you, I am you, except that I am not the you of now. I do not hate you. I want you to stop hating. I want to help you stop hating and killing me. I tell you, the noise of your machine gun renders you deaf. The smell of the powder beats that of my blood. The sparks disfigure my facial expressions. Would you stop shooting for a moment, would you? All you have to do is close your eyes. Seeing these days blinds our hearts. Close your eyes tightly so that you can see in your mind's eye, then look into the mirror. 1, 2. I am you. I am your past. And killing me, you kill you. Ooh, look at this.